Hello, everyone. Good evening. I couldn't suppress that one. I'm so sorry. I immediately regret doing that. I don't even really burp anymore in real life. I thought I got it under control ever since Babby appeared on the floor, and I didn't want to be a bad example for her. But during streams, sometimes it just happens. Okay, I can't help it. It just bubbles up. Yes, today we're playing more Touhou meme games in my attempt to not play the actual ones. To put them off for a little bit longer. We're playing Save Me Sakuya-san, which is an unofficial fan game of the Touhou Project series. It is permitted under the Touhou Project derivative work guidelines. Please support the official releases, some of which are available on Steam, is what it says in the description. There's a DLC to it, which I don't know whether we'll play this or not today. Also, you didn't know about the conversation with Dolores Day? You never took a nap? Jesus. Well, that must have been mind-blowing for you. Anyway, today's gonna be a stream on the shorter side. I swear, that's what it's gonna be. Can we turn this into like full screen? Okay. No, let's just do this. Yeah, this one doesn't tell me anything. Sleeping with Sakuya is okay, whatever. Anyway, today's gonna be a shorter stream. A little bit of admin, a little bit of talking of how the next weeks are gonna unfold with me not being here. Okay, now we can. Like this eerie silence again. Okay, we've turned it into full screen. Do you have a visual? Yes, you do. Okay. Last time was the shortest of the short streams. That's right. Okay, ... Hello. Hi, Sakuya. Seems you really wanted it all to end. And we have audio. Can I make it already all the way up? I might let me turn up the gain then, because it's very quiet for you, I think. How do I? What's going on there? Why is there no voice? Oh, there is gain. Okay. Okay. Should be slightly better now. Just a minuscule amount though. Good thing I came at the last second. Yeah, good thing. Yeah, could have just let me die. I'm glad you could be here with me today. Why did you save me? Very unfortunate choice of color on this background. I wasn't supposed to make it. Why did you save me? I assume this game starts with the protagonist trying to kill themselves, which is pretty epic. Well, I never meant to intrude. Trust me, I would have left you alone and never interfered. Actually, I read in the gin yesterday night about the guy trying to kill himself and then a girl interfered and they had some fun. But someone who's been watching you for a small bit sensed that deep down you didn't actually want it to end. It was faint, but your soul was crying for help, begging for another chance at life. So I naturally volunteered to help. Why have you been playing the Sakuya mental health games? Maybe it's a cry for help. I don't know. Regardless, I'm here for you. What do you want from me? I only want one thing. For you to get better. More specifically, I want you to get some sleep. Looks like you hardly got any. You can tell just from looking at your eyes. I can't sleep? I know how hard it is to get some sleep. I just want you to remember this. What you did in the past doesn't matter right now. Well, that really depends on what you did in the past. Like, some things really do matter up until the present moment and the future ahead. Whatever you may think is going to happen in the future doesn't matter right now either. Nothing else matters now. Right now, even. And nothing else matters. I can't into Metallica. I never really liked them either. Like, they have one or two good songs, but I felt like they were always very pretentious. It doesn't help that their fans are so obnoxious as well. At least the ones I know. The only thing that matters right now is you closing your eyes and getting a proper amount of sleep in. That's it. Nothing else matters except for you sleeping. If I lay awake at night and I think, oh, come on, I have to sleep. Like, nothing else is important right now. I just need to sleep. I feel like I get so deep into it that I can't sleep. Just because I think that I have to sleep now. There's a fucking fly in my room. Sorry. Sorry for that. I myself am quite tired too. It was fun. It was fun work, but I could really use some sleep now. So I'll rest right here with you. I think I could sleep better with an anime girl next to me though. You may notice the more you try to sleep, the harder it gets to actually get some shut-eye. True. True. One shouldn't try to sleep. It should just fall upon them as natural as walking. Once you let go and stop thinking, I'm sure you'll find that it's much easier to get some shut-eye. How do you stop thinking? Is there a way to stop thinking? A few days ago, it might have been a few weeks by now, I've read, I don't know where it was. I've read somewhere that if you can't calm down, yeah, like if you're in that thought carousel and you can't get out of it, it helps to place your hand over your right eye. Well, the right eye is still open though. Don't close your right eye. Place your palm over it. Shut it off that way, basically. And remain that way for like upwards of a minute or something. Keeping the eye open though at the same time. And that supposedly helps your brain to calm down and into this like non-thinking state. I don't know what to call it. I never have a non-thinking state, to be honest. I don't remember how I fall asleep, but I do know that I keep thinking until the very last second. At least I think so. Maybe I don't. Maybe it's like it's all a big blur. Who the fuck knows? That said, take all the time you need. You can even just look at me if it helps you sleep. All right? Can we? I can save. Is there a way to like close here? Okay, if that helps any of you. Also a good way to... I guess I could make a thumbnail out of this if the chat wasn't obnoxiously placed over it on the screen right now. So if all of you could just stop writing something just for 1 minute, please. At any second now, please just stop writing. No more chat messages, please, so I can use this as a... Come on, only one message left on the screen. No one do a combo breaker now, please. Don't... Okay, we got it. This is a thumbnail. Good, you can continue now. You can continue writing. Just whatever you want. Whenever you're ready. Yeah, I'm right beside you. Come here, I need you to help me with something. Ooh. Hey, there you are. Are these AI generated or are these drawn? I really can't tell because I wish right click would just close this. Actually pretty cute. Could have just taken a screenshot. I don't have Steam overlay enabled, so I can't take screenshots actually in Steam. Love my wife, Sakuya. I love your wife, Sakuya, too. You seem rather well rested. Yeah, just from looking at your eyes anyways. Really needed it. Well, I bet you did. You look like you were on the verge of death. Didn't I try to kill myself? Well, that's probably not an exaggeration anyways. At any rate, it's good that it happened. This task we're gonna have you do requires you to stay sharp. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna have you make me some food. Make some food, rather. Not for her, but in general, I guess. More specifically, you're gonna make a fruit salad. Damn, it's been a while since I last had a fruit salad. What do you put in your fruit salad? Leave a comment if you're watching this on YouTube. I like fruits. I like fruity guys as well. That's great to hear. I love Fruit Loops, actually. I like fruits too. You can even make tea with fruit. Yeah, there's like apple tea and shit, and like strawberry tea. Well, at any rate, let's get started. Take this knife. Take this knife! It's actually Take This Life, and it's an In Flames song, but whatever. I'm gonna throw these fruits in the air, and you do your best to chop them. Don't worry if you don't think you can cut the fruit in time. Is there an actual game in this? Let's just say I'll give you all the time you need. Oh, it's because she can stop time, right? That's the joke. Here we go, cut this fruit up. How do I... Okay, I just click it. Great job! Here's the next one. Hey! Last one coming up. Wow! Wonderful. Now mix it all up in that bowl and hand it to me. Wait, that was like... That was bananas? Orange? And what was the first... What is that? Was that an apple? Let's see how this tastes. Delicious. Doesn't she do... Like, you need some honey in there. You need some sugar. You need some, like... Maybe a little bit of, like, lemon juice to offset the sweetness. You don't know how to make a fruit salad, Sakuya. Tastes even better, especially because you made it. Oh, thank you. Well, I hope that whole process was enjoyable for you. But there was also another point to this. Yeah? You may have had some troubles in your life. The kind of things that just keep running through your head no matter how hard you try. Is the moral of this that you can always cut your troubles up? Because I'm all about that. What if thoughts, regretting past choices, anxious about the future? It's quite annoying when that happens, isn't it? However, I'm willing to bet that you weren't thinking about such things while you were busy cutting up that fruit with me, were you? What is the takeaway? What's the takeaway? You're fine as long as you can cut things, or is this Shiki? Is that you? It's important to keep your mind occupied with healthy activities such as these. It works wonders towards fighting those nasty thoughts, and in general is great for your well-being. Yeah, it's escapism though. I know, okay? If you're feeling down, if you have like mental health issues, the best thing you can do is have a job, work out, and make food, like prepare food for yourself. But it all boils down to just go through the motions so you don't have to think. Which I don't know if this is like the ultimate 4D chess play, or if it's just running away, to be honest. It's like this old, oh, when I get sad, I stop being sad and I'm happy instead. So it's not how it works, really. You can't just keep putting things off. You can't just not think about your problems. You can't just not, like, work as a proper human being, but just doing the things you're supposed to be doing and not solving your problems. And I know that oftentimes these problems, they just exist. They're not really solvable. Like someone that wants to kill themselves might not even have a reason. There might just something wrong with them. There might just be something underlying that they can't fix, like maybe some mental trauma or something in the past that just bogs them down to no end. It might just be that they just see no hope or no future. But doing these menial tasks, obviously it gives them some sense of purpose and reason, but again, that's not really fixing it. It's like a band-aid. And sometimes it works quite well. Like for some people, this is the best thing, really. Just do something mundane, and they're gonna find themselves in it somehow. It's pretty much what I do with my work, actually. Like I do something so mundane and so ridiculously easy that I enjoy myself in it, and it helps me keep myself occupied and not thinking like these bad things, but it's not the best, I can tell you. I hope this was of some use to you. Having a job is a real-life infinite money glitch because you can just keep doing it every day and get more money. At this rate, have you ever worked? You can't just get infinite money. You need someone else that would have infinite money to pay you with. That's all I have to say for now. See you tomorrow. Take care. You can't just work 24 hours a day and your boss is going to go, oh yeah, I'm going to pay you for 24 hours. Of course. Suggestion. Volunteer to sing nursery rhymes to small children. Is that what makes you happy? I think anything involving children is inherently making... Okay, not to sound sexist. Okay, because I find immeasurable happiness in the education and spending time with my child. But I think there's just something innately female and innately happy to just nurturing and taking care of children for women, especially. It's like the instinct. It's like the base purpose, like the primal purpose, I guess. If we consider ourselves animals but humans, then obviously the continuous the continuation of human life is our single easiest and most basic purpose for everyone involved, right? So there are things that are so primal and so animalistic in us that we can't deny them. And I think for a woman, holding her child and taking care of them is pretty high up there. And for a man, providing for that child, for that family, is also giving us a lot of purpose. I give myself a lot of shit thinking, what am I doing this for? I can't see a purpose in this. But whenever I remember I'm going to work and I'm doing all of these things, I'm trying to self-improve for the singular reason of just being a good role model and helping my family keep afloat and helping my family keep going, I get a renewed sense of purpose, really. So it's weird because I see no hope for the future, but when I see Babby, she is the future. And I get hope again. Not for myself, necessarily, right? Because, I don't know, there's something wrong with me, definitely. But I think that Babby could have a better life. I'm going to do my utmost to provide for her until she can grasp that life with her own hands. So that's what's keeping me going, I guess. Sakuya has like a few $1,000s sitting behind her with those daycares. Oh, seriously? A few $1,000s? Okay. Don't some jobs have overtime pay? Yeah, but if you just work for 24 hours straight, your boss not gonna go, hey, good job. Also, most of the time, like the overpays, at least in Germany, the overpay you get like attributed in time rather than money. As far as I know, you can get them to pay you out, but it's not necessarily the best because of the taxes and stuff. So you're better off just getting a regular pay and getting a day off every once in a while if you work overtime. At least that's how it goes for me. I only get my overtime in money if I need like a money injection or something. Otherwise, I'm happy just getting a day off once a month. I have such a weird job right now. I have such a flexible time schedule. It simply does not exist. Okay. Is it still your like chemistry shit? Or what are you doing? Children are less forgiving. True love is possible only in the next world for new people. It is too late for us. That hits hard. The huge films are absurdly expensive. At this point, wouldn't it be better to take up the hobby yourself and create them yourself for like several $1,000s? I wish Secretary could create Fumos. I think if I asked her to learn how to do it, she would just... I think something would break in her. And I think that something is like her mental image of me. I'd better not go there. Maybe Babby. Maybe Babby one day can pick up how to make Fumos. Man, that's my goal in life now. Then again, I don't know if I want Babby to get into anime and shit. Like, especially the Touhou franchise. Could be kind of risky, I think. Welcome back. I was able to finish my chores for the day earlier than usual, so I decided to call you here. It's the third day here so far. I hope you've taken a liking to this humble mansion. Is this your room? The wallpaper is kind of too much. Why, yes. This is indeed my room. Nothing's better than coming here with a nice cup of tea after a long day of hard work. It was a very small cup, but you must be wondering why I brought you here. Again, a very nice image, actually. Are these AI generated or not? I can't tell. Fingers look okay. I need to perform a little experiment with you. Does it involve your maid outfit and you looking at me disgusted, or like what's going on? You're quite a peculiar human. Everyone around the mansion, even the mistress, is curious about you. Therefore, there's a typo. As the chief handmaid of this mansion, it's my duty to satisfy these needs. Which needs? I have a lot of them, actually. I have a singular one. I have the need for speed. I hope you won't mind, though. Never do anything that makes you feel comfortable. Oh, shit. I'm a little nervous, to be honest. Is that so? Is she wearing stockings? Yeah, she's wearing stockings, I think. Do you make a difference between stockings and pantyhoses? I think she's wearing a pantyhose, actually. I think she's wearing a pantyhose. Which... I don't know which is better, to be honest. I'm a fan of both. Your Babby will be a nerd, I guarantee. I don't think so, actually. Are you similar to your parents? I'm completely unlike mine, so... You can trust me on this one. You'll be completely safe. Now come closer. I want you to lay down my lap. It's the fabled lap pillow. Oh my god. Bros, we're all gonna make it. I hope there's enough cushioning to your liking. It's simple. Just answer these questions for me and I'll give you an extensive profile that matches who you are. It may help you understand yourself better. Just be as honest as you possibly can. Alright, okay. There's no wrong answer. Now let's begin. Why does the design remind me of Danganronpa, actually? The only thing missing are like these circle eyes that the Danganronpa characters actually have. But her hair, somehow. Question number 1. Why do you hate living? Hurts to be alive. I can't cope with my past. My future is extremely bleak. Is that like a multiple choice question, or can I only pick one? Imagine the things she does to you while time is stopped. You're raising a good point, Blue. What if there actually are girls out there that can stop time, and at any given time they could stop time and molest you? And get it on with you, and then undo the time stop again, and you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know. That's the hope I'm living for. It hurts to be alive. I can't cope with my past. My future is extremely bleak. Again, it's like all three. What the fuck do I pick? There's definitely some things in my past that I can't let go of. That I can't cope with. I can't even think of the future. Really, like, I don't want to think of the future. It's kind of hard for me to think of the future when, like, I don't know. What is the future really? Like, are we talking about next month or are we talking about like 10 years? Because I can't imagine what is gonna happen in like 10 years time. Also, there's another typo there in extremely. It hurts to be alive. I think this one relates to both actually. Like, I think if you can't cope with the past and if your future is extremely bleak, then it does hurt to be alive. Let's just go with this one because 3? I will now live the rest of my life in paranoia. Thank you, Lambda. It's good though. It's good, Blue. Time stopping girls molesting you. They're good. I'm the complete opposite of my parents, but I have similar views, although for my own reasons. That's an interesting thing to say. How do you know they're your own reasons and not like given to you by your parents? Hurts to be alive. Maybe it hurts to be alive is more of a thing of like if you have like a medical problem or something, like a bodily medical problem. I see. Next question. What do you think about the most? Keep thinking about past mistakes. Keep thinking about the uncertain future. I don't think at all. No, definitely. Who doesn't think at all? Well, I guess NPCs don't, but I think for me it's like thinking about the past and what ifs and stuff that keeps bogging me down. And that can be like a minute into the past. That can be like 10 years into the past. It can be like 20 years into the past. I keep thinking of things, even when I was a child, that I did wrong. That, like embarrassing things or something, where I made a fool out of myself. Which, you can't change that. It's like the most ridiculous thing to keep thinking about the past. Obviously, we're supposed to learn from past mistakes. But if you got your takeaway from it already, like repeatedly thinking about it does nothing other than to just break you. Like time and time again, repeatedly. Yet it's so hard to keep doing it. I keep thinking of what would have happened if I had just done X or Y, and would my life be better or not? Or it makes no sense because you don't know it. You can't change it. Even if you think, oh, my life would be better, there's no way to change it now. It's pretty retarded to keep thinking about past mistakes, but I guess that's like pretty in character for me, actually. I see. Is it really good if I can't even know it happened? There's so many things that you don't know how they happen or that they happened to begin with that are pretty good though, Blue. There's so many things happening around us that make our lives good. We don't even know they happened. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Also, sometimes it's just good to just hope for something ridiculous to actually be true, like time-stopping girls molesting me, so I don't lose hope. Anyone who claims they don't think at all is coping hard. I don't know, Arcane. I've met some people where I do think that they don't think at all. It's not just this like thing of where, say, imagine an apple in your head. It's like they have no internal monologue whatsoever. But I don't know. Is there another way of thinking other than internal monologue? Sometimes, I mean, not all of my thoughts are verbalized, right? Which is a weird thing to explain, but I guess you know what I mean by that. Like, if I do something, like if I do math, which it's been a good 20 years since I last did proper math, I don't go like 3 times 5 is 15. I just know it. And isn't that thinking as well? Isn't that like, or is that like, is that another thought process altogether? But if it's a thought process, isn't that also thinking? So for me, like thinking in general and like for the most part is like this internal monologue that not all people have apparently. Like if you tell people that you have an internal monologue, some of you are gonna look at you funny. Like, are there any among you that don't have an internal monologue at any given time? I'm talking to myself right now. Not just talking like this, but in my head, you know. This is a game about A and Angela, but only if A was a virgin and actually talked to Angela. I don't know. I wouldn't interpret it like that. I disagree with most of the explanations, but I agree with the attentions and goals. Lightning hand. I have internal dialogue in my head. I ask myself and answer myself as third person. Yeah, I guess this is like what I meant by that. I cannot comprehend not having an internal monologue. Yeah, I think calling it an internal monologue is kind of weird, isn't it? Because obviously you're talking to yourself, but at the same time, it does feel like it's a third person, as Lightning Hand puts it, right? It's interesting. My father looked at me weird when I told him about it. I think it's less of a monologue and more of a dialogue. Yes, definitely. Is dialogue 2 or more people, or is dialogue strictly 2 people? Because I feel like I have more than just one voice answering for me. I have like an internal orgy. In the end, your existence is a single, uniquely flawed lens that can never entirely replicate the result of that of another lens, which also has a beauty to it. Definitely. I see. Just a few more questions. Okay, let's move on with it. Why did you do it? I was told to. Damn, imagine telling someone to kill themselves and they go and do it. Fucking what? I had no other choice. I didn't belong anywhere else. I'm missing the answer. I'm missing the answer. I would say, and the answer I would actually like to answer is that I saw no other way, which I guess is I had no other choice. Let's go with I had no other choice. You're doing great so far. We're almost there. Okay. I wonder if this game is actually trying to give me somewhat of a psychological profile, depending on these answers, because they all seem very similar. Who do you blame for it all? Myself. The world, no one. That's very interesting. There's people that kill themselves because they hate themselves. There's also people that kill themselves because the world did them wrong. I wonder if there's anyone trying to kill themselves because of no one? Like who? They're blaming no one but still kill themselves? Who's blaming no one when they kill themselves? What kind of... That is like mental gymnastics. There's no one not blaming anyone. I mean, there's always someone to blame for everything. If you can't blame the world, then the problem is on you. Is that like the fate option? There's no one to blame. It just happened. Is that like if an accident happens and you lose someone dear to you, no one is to blame? What about the person? Okay, like that's like different There's different accident scenarios, but what if there's like a car accident and you're blaming the person that induced the accident or something? I don't know. That's the wrong word. The person responsible for the accident. What if you blame them instead? What if you try to kill them instead of yourself? Wouldn't be a better thing, but it's Otis. This is no one. Oh, fuck, the references, they keep happening. Oh, pardon me. Lambda is so me. You are so me, Blue. I am so you. You're my brother in Christ. Yeah, you're my brother. Brother from another mother. I think this is why the term trialogue exists. Is that really a term? Never heard of trialogue. Just didn't work. No one's fault in particular. Well, no one's fault in particular, but maybe tangentially related to someone. Good morning. Hi, Admirafang. No one would make sense if it was worded less as the world and more as someone else. Anyway, if I killed myself, it would be... Oh my god, it's actually hard. Who would I blame if I killed myself? Myself for being inadequate, or someone for like putting me into the situation actually? That's an interesting question actually. I think this is very hard to answer. This is the one that's the hardest to answer so far, really. This is harder than the past, future, or present. What like bothers me the most. I think it's myself though. It's all on myself. I mean, yeah, okay. Very good. Last question. I don't think that's very good, but okay. Where would you like to be buried? Under a tree? Under a small coffin? In a mansion? Let me rot into the ground. Does it matter? It doesn't matter where you're buried when you're dead. When I was a child, this is a little bit morbid, and I don't know if I told you before or not. When I was a child, God, it's not only morbid, it's also incredibly weird. So again, it's like pretty in character for me. When I was like 8 to 12 or something, I always told my mom that I wanted to be cremated. And child that I was, I didn't understand how much ashes that would create, but I always told my mother that I wanted to be created and put into a Lego stone. Like, if you turn a Lego stone upside down, they're hollow, right? I told my mom that they should put my ashes in there. I don't know what was wrong with me as a child. Why was I thinking about dying to begin with? Why did I think that cremating myself and putting my ashes into a Lego stone was something that my mom needed to hear? She humored me. She told me that they were going to do it. Maybe there's something wrong with my mom. Yeah, there is something wrong with my mother. I know that, but it's... I don't, like... And now that I know of, like, how much... Like, if you cremate a human, like, can someone give me, like, the cubic volume of how much ashes that makes? Because people have, like, these huge urns with ashes of the like, cremated family and stuff. So a singular Lego stone is not gonna cut it. Children are incredibly fucked up at times. Yeah, we are. We've all been fucked up at times, right? As children. Sometimes all you can do is in response to smile and nod. Yeah, Babby was bathing earlier, and like she was singing a song, and then it took a turn for the dark, and she was singing about, in German obviously, but she was singing about how the universe is gonna die. And she understands the concept of dying, and she knows that it's not a good thing, but I don't think she knows what the universe is. It's more like, oh no, it's not like she said universe. I think she said more like space, the German word for space, like Weltall, which is the German word for space. She was saying like, and then und dann stirbt das Weltall, which means like, and then space dies. And I didn't react to it at all, because again, sometimes, as you say, it's like a good response to smile and nod. At other times, it's just better to just not even acknowledge it at all, what they're saying, because they're just saying whatever pops into their head. And if they've like learned a new word, they're trying it out in different contexts to see if any of it makes sense. So, where's the throw me in the trash option? Yeah, I mean, I guess the throw me in the trash option is like let me rot into the ground. Because that seems like the most I don't really care what happens to me option. Okay, shamelessly stolen from Wikipedia. Cremation leaves behind an average 2.4 kilograms of remains known as ashes or cremains. I've never heard that word. This is not all ash, but includes unburned fragments of bone mineral, which are commonly ground into powder. Are you serious? Do they do that? Do they ground you into powder if there's like fragments of you left? They do not constitute a health risk and may be buried. What do you mean they do not constitute a health risk? For whom? The dead person? It may be buried, interred in a memorial site, retained by relatives, or scattered in various ways. Now, I don't know if this is like a media trope or not, but I think if you want to keep them at home, you're not really allowed to in Germany. You have to... I don't know if this is like a German thing or like an American thing. No, I'm sure in America you can keep them wherever you like. I think in Germany you can cremate someone, but the cremated remains need to remain in the cemetery. You can't take them home, as far as I'm aware. Which is why there's like road movies in Germany where they steal the ashes and scatter them into the sea or something. Or they always wanted to be spread over the like XX forest or something, and then they fly with the ashes and they throw them over like some kind of weird ass country or something. And that's fucked up, because imagine if you think, oh, there's like ash rain, and then it's like just the remains of someone. It would be kind of weird. They're grounding me into fine dust tomorrow. Is someone gonna snort you up? They do not constitute until I consume 10 pounds of radioactive waste before dying. What? What are you talking about? My uncle had his ashes scattered into the sea in Thailand. However, there are many relatives whose ashes are interred in temples. Scattered into the sea. Was there any like specific reason for that? Did he like the sea? Is this like a religious thing? Or not to get too personal, you don't have to answer, but it's just, I think it's just an interesting, like, it's like me wanting to be put into a Lego stone, right? For me as a child, Lego was incredibly important. Like it was my entire being, pretty much. So if you want your remains to just be scattered into the sea, maybe he loved the ocean. Maybe he never really had enough time to enjoy it as much as he wanted to, or maybe he just felt at home when he was close to the ocean. Who knows? I don't know where... The secretary knows that I want to be cremated. I don't know if she's going to do it though if I die. I think cremation is actually the cheapest. And that's another reason why I still want to be cremated. I think it's the cheapest way to die in Germany. Like, it's very expensive, like the entire process of like burying someone. But I do think cremation is like the most inexpensive. Still expensive, but like the cheapest. Anyway, let me rot into the ground. I don't care. Well, thank you. Thank you. I have enough information now. Here's what I think. Okay, give me a rundown. You're a naturally anxious person? I don't know if it's natural to me. However, I can't... No, actually, I do remember when it first happened. When I first started thinking these unhealthy things. And it was when I was 11, I think. So it was before I hit puberty, definitely. It's a pretty sad thing to say, but I was an unhappy child. It only took me a little while to realize. But looking back on it, with like 11, I realized that I was like unhappy for a long time. I couldn't really put it into words or in a perspective because I was too young to understand that I was unhappy, really. And like, I was too young to understand these concepts of like having these issues and wanting to kill myself and stuff. Sakuya smile can revive the dead. Is that one of her actual powers? So maybe I am a naturally anxious person. Maybe there are just people born this way. There's definitely people born with like mental issues. Like it is a chemistry thing most of the time. And however, we can't fix it all with like drugs and stuff. Surely, like that can't be the way. But I do think that some people are just born into this world with like mental problems. Definitely. You have your hopes and aspirations, but you need a good push or two in the right direction to achieve them. You have a lot of sadness in your heart. You need something or someone to help you stop letting your sorrows build up in you. That's very important. I say this as a very antisocial person. Yeah, I know I'm currently streaming, but the reason why I'm not showing myself, or the reason why I'm streaming to begin with, is because I'm antisocial, I think. But I do think, like, if you're Like, one of my favorite quotes is that if you're feeling alone when you're by yourself, you're in bad company. I love that because it's true. I love being by myself. Yet at the same time, I think getting out of these places alone is very hard. You don't need a therapist. Mind you, I do think that most therapists are just, they're frauds, okay? It's like, it's the age-old thing of like, as soon as the doctor heals you, he'll stop making money. And it's especially true for these people, I think. So they're gonna milk you dry for your problems. They're gonna keep them. They're not really gonna give you solutions either. Like the one, I went to a therapist for a while. He didn't give me any. He didn't give me anything. Like, neither in like, he didn't give me drugs, which is a good thing, but he didn't give me solutions either. He kept telling me to just, how do I put this in English? He kept telling me nothing, really. He gave me nothing to go by. He gave me nothing to go on. He gave me no... Well, I didn't expect any sage advice or something that would magically heal me and cure me of depression or something, but it was so useless. I stopped going after like 6 or 7 sessions, and I don't know if it would have gotten better or not, but it did cost a lot of money, and it wasn't helping me at all. I actually felt better when I stopped going and tried to do it on my own again, but I do think instead of needing a doctor, and that's a problem now because some people don't have that, but instead of needing a doctor and having a doctor to help you through this, I think you need someone close to you. I think you need someone close to you that you can confide in. And again, that's a thing that I think, like, not a lot of people have someone close to them that they can properly tell their problems to. Like, no one knows of my problems, really. Like, at all, really. Like, not even secretary knows all of my problems. Obviously, I'm keeping a lot to myself. I don't know if... It's definitely not a good thing, but... I also do know that even if I did tell her, like, she would have... There would be no way for her to help me. She knows that there's something there that's bothering me, but I can't tell her. I can't even put it into words, really. So how could she help me? But yeah, I think, like, if you find this one person that you can actually tell your problems to, and you might be able to give you advice or just listen to you, that's the best thing that could happen to you if you have any issues to begin with, like, be it minor or major, really. We don't have therapists here, though? Like, what? You don't have the rapists? Having someone you can confide in is more akin to draining the issue a little at a time, which I think is the best thing to do. You can't just take it out of a person completely, but having like a way, as you say, draining it, it's like a valve. You can open the valve and you let it out a little bit. It's like bloodletting as well. Maybe that's the best thing you can do, in my opinion, at least. Again, I'm no certified doctor or something. I can tell you about my experience. I can tell you about what helps me. I can tell you about, like, what troubles me at times. But all of this, take it with a grain of salt. Everyone's experiences are gonna be unique and individual, definitely. Like, maybe you went to a doctor and it helped you. Who knows? Maybe you had a better one than I did. I haven't seen a therapy office in Beaulieu. I don't know what Beaulieu is, but that's a lot of umlauts. Anyway, you often burn a lot of bridges, but only out of necessity. Oh, that's actually true. I burned a lot of bridges in my life. Fucking. Sometimes I burn too many and I regret it, actually. At other times, the bridges are being burned for me, and these are the ones I actually do regret. But maybe it's because of me. Maybe it was my fault that this other person decided to just never contact me again, really. These are the ones I definitely do regret the most, though. You need to learn to forgive yourself. You're too harsh on yourself sometimes. This feels very generic. What do you think? Pretty accurate, right? Well, it is accurate because I think because of its vagueness and generic nature, it is accurate at the same time. I mean, which one of us aren't too harsh on ourselves. Sometimes. I mean, who is too easy on themselves? Is there someone out there? Like, obviously, there must be people out there being happy and stuff, being easy on themselves, but yeah. Yeah, well, I guess it's accurate. I'm gonna humor you. Well, funny you should say that. The truth is I made it all up. Thank you. I was going to give you that response no matter what option you picked. Well, yeah, okay. I think to understand who you really are, I'd have to hang out with you more and get to know you better, definitely. Which I'm more than happy to oblige by. Well, that's a good thing. So, what was the point? I'm confused. What was the point? Tell me. But to be honest, I just wanted you to rest on my lap. Oh, fuck, I'm kneeling. Automatically. I'm starting to kneel. That aside, I did this to prove something to you. That it doesn't really matter what I or other people perceive you as. This is a very important lesson. Which is also why I think that blaming the world is ridiculous, since you can be the only judge of yourself. So if you judge yourself to be unworthy of continuing, then you yourself are to blame as well. Like, you are your own judge, jury, and executioner. And that is the dangerous part of this entire thing. So you're always free to shape your own fate, your own destiny. Again, some people are not free to shape their fate and destiny. Some people are born into a poverty that they're just never gonna be able to get out of at all. Some people are being born only to be killed immediately. Some people are killed before they're even born. So this is a little bit just, that's too generic to say, really. Shaping your own fate, your own destiny is like, on paper it sounds like a good concept and something to just keep thinking if you're feeling down, but I do think that some problems can't be solved, can't be surmounted. So what do you tell these people? Only those who accept you for who you are and what you want to do matter. That's true. That's true. Just, again, it's not another case of like, I want everyone to accept me. That's the wrong way to go about it, okay? We have a lot of, let's just call them acceptance issues these days. A lot of people want to be accepted by everyone, but that's the wrong way to go on about it. You don't need to be accepted by everyone. You need to be accepted by the people that matter to you. And if you hate the people you want to be accepted from, like if for example, like if I don't accept Blue and he starts hating me for that, why would he want me to accept him to begin with? It's ridiculous. Why would you want your enemy to accept you? Wouldn't you rather want your allies and your friends to start going, oh yeah, I do acknowledge you, right? I would chill myself? No. It's okay. You don't need to chill yourself. Keep living, Blue. I love you. Some people are born to waste a life, study, fail, and work. It's pretty sad. Well, if they can at least, I think, if they can live a life, study, fail, and work, they got a lot going for them. Again, some lives are snuffed out before they can even begin, which is the saddest fate to think about, really. I don't like who I am. No one accepts me. Well, what if I like who I am, but I still hate myself? Is that not possible? What if I learn to love myself, but also realize my own flaws and know that they are just there forever, and I can't. Let's just go with, because there are people that accept me. I don't think it's a ridiculous thing, because no one truly accepts another person, since no one really knows another person completely. But so we only ever accept what we perceive them as. And this is like the archetypes, right? The personas and the shadows and stuff. But I don't like who I am. Let's just go with this one. Well, believe it or not, I can relate. I wasn't always like the person you see before you. I felt lonely and isolated from other people. Even when I was working in this mansion, I was still rather cruel to humans and even those around me. Wait, is she not a human herself? What is Sakuya again? I thought she was a human. Maybe she isn't. I thought as long as I have a bed to sleep on, I don't need anything else. It's a very basic basic instinct and need. It's like this pyramid of like what's it called? Pyramid of human needs and stuff. I'm gonna pull it up later. It's very interesting because the most base need is like to eat, to sleep, and to have shelter, pretty much. And then like stuff like companionship, and at the very bottom is like if everything else is fulfilled, then you can look for luxuries and stuff. Yeah, she's a human, a suspected vampire hunter. Okay. I remember one econ student who thought I'm dumb for studying hard at uni, since by his own experience he could skip most of his studies. That's ridiculous. He's retarded. Like different people have to learn at different paces and like at different amounts. But yeah, anime taught us that you want your enemies to accept you. Really? I don't know about that. Some people will never be happy with you, no matter what, even for the most trivial of reasons, like the fact that they think your face arbitrarily doesn't fit. At the end of the day, I thought of only myself. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Like, you have to keep thinking of yourself before you think of others, I think. But as I'm sure you know, I was out solving an incident, no? There was a huge and unusual amount of red spider lilies growing everywhere. Well, long story short, is this the story of a Touhou game? I realized after that incident that the things you and I do matter. Even the smallest, most minor actions I do matters as well. True. I have an impact on people, big or small, and that will eventually come around to have an impact on me, whether I realize it or not. It's a double-edged sword. One could say that every single thing, every minor thing we do has an impact on other people. At the same time, it can also be said that other people maybe just don't care what you do. You know what I mean? It's like this. I've heard of this again recently, but we had this a few weeks back with like the spotlight effect. You guys remember the spotlight effect? When we think that how we look at what we do is like perceived as more important than it actually is. So I don't know which is true though. I don't know. I guess for some people we are the world, whereas for others we are insignificant. Like, you matter a lot, your actions matter a lot for the people around you. But at the same time, even if you do them wrong, maybe it's not too bad. I don't know. From then on, I wanted to be warm and kind to those around me. That's a good thing. But for the most part. Some people really need a good scolding before you can put some sense into them. Mm-hmm. Be nice until it's time to not be nice. Yeah. Like being a parent, pretty much. I think that's a fine motto to live by. I just want you to understand this. Just like how it was never too late for me to change my ways, it's never too late to change yours either. At times it's pretty hard to change your ways though. That is for the stuff you want to change. There's always going to be parts of us that we wouldn't change for the world. Is this the Serenity Prayer again? Is it coming up once more? It keeps coming up in games I play. And that's just fine. We just need to surround ourselves with those who love us for who we are. True. But of course, if you have no one, that's fine too. 100% true. Being able to walk your own path by yourself is quite a virtue. I absolutely agree on this one. And along the way, you may find what or who you're looking for all along. Maybe your purpose in life is not to find another human being, but something else altogether. Right? Having sex, having a relationship, having like whatever the fuck. I said earlier that the most primal and basic instincts of humans is obviously to just procreate and have a child and inhabit the earth and stuff. But maybe that's just not your purpose. You know what I mean? It is a primal instinct. But maybe for you, your goal is different. Just for the record, I accept you for who you are and for who you want to be. I'm here for you always. And that's all I have to say. You can keep laying down in my lap for as long as you want. Oh, this is such a good game. Whenever you're ready, we can move on to the next day. But take as much time as you need. I've got you. I don't think no girl has ever given me a lap pillow, actually. Also, she just seen transition without asking me, stupid bitch. She looks so fucking flat in this one. Look at fucking, she looks like a little boy. Let's do something different today. This mansion has quite a large lake surrounding it. Who knows what kind of creatures lurk in it? I need to drink something, by the way. Perfect time to go fishing, I'd say. Okay. You need some help? I'm a masturbator. Of course. I wouldn't bring you here just to watch. Fishing is a lot like real life. When you can catch a bite, you will encounter some resistance. Now, surely you should fight back against the tide. Otherwise, you lose what you worked so hard for. Of course, sometimes it's too hard for us to hang on, so we must let go and try again. There's no shame in that. Think back to something you wanted to or try to achieve in life. Did you encounter some hardships along the way? I bet you did. Almost everything in life worth doing is going to be hard one way or another. Do you fight back or let it go? Do you try again or try to catch something else? There's no wrong decision. Anyone is fine, and I think that's the problem. There are wrong decisions. The only wrong decision is not making one at all. Isn't that a decision in of itself? Snap. Oh my, looks like we got something already. That's a good one. This thing is really tough. I'm not sure if I can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. You can do it. Thank you. But still, it's really... Damn, that's a good image. I can feel something coming. That's a good thumbnail picture, I think. I really like the sky. Keep going, you're almost there. No matter what happens, I'm here for you. Oh, the frog. Whoa. What is this thing? Thanks for your words of encouragement. I'm not sure I could have done without you. It was fun, actually. Maybe so. It was fun, wasn't it? Doesn't it feel nice to cheer for someone you believe in and vice versa? I definitely think so. That's a fish? Yeah, it's a fish. Can't you see? It's always good to have even just one person supporting you. Now, what do you think of eating frog legs? I'm actually not sure about that. I'm not French, thank you. No, it's okay. Sometimes it's only natural to be unsure about these kinds of things. What to put in your mouth? But I assure you, if I were to cook it, it would probably be one of the best things you have ever tasted in your entire life. I just don't think there's a lot to frog legs. Like, what? Like, they're tiny. What? Who even thought of eating frog legs? Okay, frog legs, brought to you by the country that eats fucking snails, right? So, the French are really weird. Like, I don't know what's wrong with them. That said, this is a most unusual frog. My mistress has an affinity for these kinds of interesting creatures. Did you know she even had a pet chupacabra? That's a cryptid. I'll show it to her first and let her decide what she wants to do with it. I wonder what we should call it. I got it. His name shall be Henry. Henry the Frog. It's a nice name, don't you think? Oh my god. I think I'll name our kid Henry. Our kid? It's a great name. I love the name. Couldn't have come up with a better name myself. Mistress will love the name. It's a perfect name. I think I'll name our kid Henry. Doesn't even comment on that. Super bitch. Wait, frog legs are also Chinese? What do they taste like, Arcane? Oh, it's like chicken wings, but more springy and with smaller bones. Yeah, I don't really like chicken wings, to be honest. I don't know. If you can decide between wings and the breast of a chicken, who would ever go for the wings? I don't understand it. It's like, what? Like, chicken breast is so much more meat, and it's like fat-free most of the time, and there's no weird things going on there either. And I can't remember the last time I was in one of these. Oh, snapperoonies. I love swimsuits. It's been a while since I was down. Give me a second, since I was down here. Swimsuits are the best, right? I think we can all agree that swimsuits are the freaking best. You know, this place has got some history behind it. Even though it wasn't that long ago, I feel oddly nostalgic about it. This is neuron activation, and this also is breast 100%. I'm real? Am I real? Yeah, I think I'm real. I guess we can't help but reminisce over the past sometimes? What do you think? Would you like to know more about this area? Which one? The pool Or this one. Sure. Great, I'm happy to explain it. It was a small while after the flower incident I was talking about earlier. My mistress was convinced to take part in a very outlandish plan. The plan, none other than to take a stealth mission to the moon. We've had our fair share of solving incidents and going on adventures. Naturally, we had no problem obliging. This was exciting for us as well. It was tricky though. We had to build some kind of rocket to the moon. We lacked references as to what should one function and look like. It's because no one has ever been to the moon. Thankfully, I was able to procure the perfect references thanks to a magazine I obtained from a most curious shop. You should have seen the look on Lady Patchouli's face. She was ecstatic. Eventually, thanks to everyone's efforts, we finally made it to the moon. The weather was perfect, the waves were beautiful, and the cool breeze on your face felt heavily. Wait, on the moon? My mistress even took a trip around the moon. So when it was time to go home, Patchouli helped set up this indoor pool so we could take a bit of the moon with us when we got back home. But you know, we made this indoor pool after the fight on the moon, but I never got a chance to actually swim in it. So enough talk. Let's hop right in. Can this game get any better, actually? This is weird. Do you enjoy swimming? I know the pool might be a bit small, but... because you're here. Glad to hear it. Give me a second. Oh, yeah. Well, either way. It's important to try new things and to discover things about yourself through these activities. Is she talking about anal? For example, let's take what we just did right now, swimming. Did you enjoy it? Was it fun? Were you good at it? What aspects of it did you like or dislike? I don't really like swimming, but it's just, I think that's like that's a me thing. Obviously, you don't have to write an essay every time you try something new. It's simply just trying something new, especially if it's a bit out of your comfort zone. And doing some simple reflecting on such matters can be highly beneficial to yourself on their own. I think she wants to try anal, boys. You may find some new passions or hobbies which can ultimately be a source of happiness for you. As you may know, some people speculate I may have been a great vampire hunter in a past life. Here we go, we've heard this earlier. And I don't think that's so bad. Is it true though? Come closer. Is she... Kiss me? Oh, but wait. Speaking of swimming. Did you know that apparently drowning is one of the worst ways to die? I'm not so sure myself. I'd say there's a lot worse ways to die. Looks like you're gonna have to find out for me. Why is this? This is where saves come. I don't want to die anymore. Don't make me suffer. But I still want to die, but not by drowning, I think. But I'm glad I was able to help you out with that. But the way I see it, you were a goner anyways. Now that I've had my fun with you, I might as well turn you into a delectable meal for the mistress. It's been a while since she and the sister have had meat. Die. Well, I do apologize if I scared you like that. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun. It's no problem. Oh, really? That's so sweet. You're so cool. That I am. That armpit, look at those armpits. Touhou fans when armpits. Oh, man. Still, though, I would like to make it up for you, for your troubles, but yeah, today's my last day. I have to go now. Some troublemaker who supposedly came from heaven is causing quite a ruckus in Gensokyo. I want to go investigate it. I'm sure you understand. My mistress will be here, though. She's very interested in meeting you for your last few days here. I hope she behaves herself around you. She can be quite a handful. But thank you so much for being here with me. Is that my actual hand? Oh my god, bros. This is like what we're all striving for, right? This is heaven. Oh. Vocal track in my video games. I had a really good time, and I hope to see you again sometime. I know it was hard for you before you came here, and I'm even harder now. So I hope that these past few days with me have helped you, even for just a bit. Thank you for everything. Rather than I'll miss you, thank you. No, thank you for everything. I'm glad to have helped. I needed this too. Take care of yourself for me, okay? What a game. Oh, what a game. If I wasn't married, I would play these games all day. Just for that. Just for that feeling of, like, maybe getting ever so closer to an anime girlfriend. I don't know. Good. Yeah, it was very good. I enjoyed that. There was that had more writing to it. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing than the other fan games that we've played from this developer. They're all from the same developer, right? I don't know. I bought this bundle. I'm playing these games. I had to decide to play whether to play this one or another visual novel type game or the first person shooter thingy. And I thought that, considering I don't know how long these are, and whether the first person shooter one would be more than one stream, I thought that we would do this one instead. So that was Save Me Sakuya-san. If you want to be saved by Sakuya-san, I think it's like $4 right now on Steam. So wait for a sale. Do yourself the favor. Bye, YouTube.